Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Timber and Stone. This is episode number 7, and check this out. We have a trader coming into town. How cool is that? So we're going to back this out a bit. Go ahead and start our timer back up and watch him roll into town. Now actually, let's go ahead and pause this really quick because I want to see who... Do we have anybody who's a better trader than anyone else? Pamela. Of course it would be Pamela. But not by much more than the others here. And Thomas is right here. So let's actually stop him. We'll have him come back and meet this trader. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's switch my camera stuff here. There we go. So again, we had some things set up. So let's see how this works. Let's see what happens here. Not entirely sure how to instigate the trading. There we go. Very cool. Let's see. The merchant is willing to buy. Look at that. He's willing to buy dirt from us. How cool is that? So I guess he's willing to spend 6 for all of that dirt. That's half of what we have. That's fine because we don't really need that much dirt. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, anything else? Is that all you're willing to do here? Let's go ahead and pause the game really quick and double check. Now, some of you had mentioned that seeds could be sold pretty decently. Let's see. I thought I had set some of those. There we go. So I do have turnip seeds set to sell. And just to double check, food we do have on a buy. And those are kind of the important things, I suppose. I do have some other things set to sell. I just wanted to make sure that I had some seeds set. So we're just going to go ahead and let this run, but that might be it. Maybe they come out and they've got kind of one thing in mind. Okay, there he goes. I'm afraid I have no use for turnip seed at this time. That's cool. Now, so maybe he just kind of goes through one at a time. He thinks about each thing. Oh, look at that. Willing to sell 169 food for 26 coin. We have 39. I'm willing to do that. Let's actually go ahead and do that. So what else are we going to use this money on? So there we have 248 food. That is awesome. Very cool. I'm very happy that he's standing on Ross's face. He's trying to just get some rest in there. Let's see. I think I've got 1 or 2 other things I had set to sell or buy. I don't quite recall. While he thinks about that a bit, let's see what we've got here. Okay. I actually don't recall where it tells us our money is. So anyway, I'll look into that in a second. I'm kind of waiting. Are you gonna say anything else? Is that it? Maybe we could speed time up here. Hurry up his thinking. Anything? Nope. He's gonna go ahead and head out. But you know what? Food was really the big concern. That's really what I wanted. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. We're gonna send Thomas back on his way. I've switched him to building and try to get some of the stone in use. Pamela will continue to mine. And you can also see that I made the farms a bit smaller. Now, I had already taken your guys' advice and made the farms small, but I really wanted to get some food going, so I made them even smaller. They were 4x4 or like 4x5, something like that. So I've definitely reduced the size there. We're short on some tools right now. One does not simply farm without a hoe. So we need a stonemason, and Ross seems to be our stonemason. So we're going to go ahead and switch him to that. At least I think it's the stonemason. Always forgetting. Let's see. Looks like he's going to go over there and start doing stuff. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to go through. We do have some minimum sets, so he'll probably make a few of these, and maybe that's it. We have the axes. It looks like we have everything else we need. So every once in a while, we just have to switch him over and get him cranking out some tools. Well, that didn't take very long. We have a new migrant has shown up. So we've got a new member of the community to bring in. We are certainly going to accept them. Looks like the name is Ralph. Let's skim around here. Whoop, there we go. So here's Ralph. Let's go ahead and pause this really quick. We do need to name Ralph, and that gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys about names. Now, I have had a number of you recently submit your names to me saying, hey, add me to the game. I've been telling you guys, gotcha, added you to the list. But I will tell you right now that the list at this point is somewhere around 25 to 28 people. Yeah, so I have a huge list to get through. If you submit me your names, if you've done it since episode 6 was up, or this one, 7, this is a very long list that you're probably, way down on. In this case, we're going to go with Luke. Luke Pettit. We're going to bring you in here. I think I told you that you were going to be next. So let's do that and check out some stuff here. So he's a good forager, farmer. That's excellent. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start him right off the bat on foraging. Actually, you know what? Farming. Let's do that. I know that I should get fishing going. Some of you have mentioned that. I read that somewhere as well. Getting fishing going is a really big thing. Obviously, I haven't been doing that, but maybe that's something we'll get to in a bit. We're going to go ahead and start the timer up here. But anyway, we now have Luke in here. And like I said, you guys feel free to submit your names to me, but do understand it's a very long list. I don't know if there's going to be a point where we really get a ton of people coming in here. I do want to remind you that at the opening of this series, I mentioned that we would go maybe... I said 3 to 5 episodes, or maybe we would go until we had a fortress. We're obviously beyond 3 to 5 episodes, but I do want to get the fortress made, but we may not actually get 20, 30 some odd new migrants to join us by the time we are done. Now, we can take a look at where we're at that point. If it seems like you guys want to see more, if you guys are really kind of watching this and really engaged in it, then we can keep going. But anyway, right now I'm not so sure we can get through the list. So while you're perfectly fine submitting me your name, just understand that you may not see it come in the game. Now, having said that, I have put these names. I do have them on this kind of list on my desktop. And I have other games that use names as well. So I'm going to actually kind of jump in other games and pull from that list as well. So you may show up in a different game. So I guess I would use this as a way to remind you to check out any other series that I have running, just in case. But yeah, very good. Very nice to have another member of our community, bring it up to 5. I don't know, we might be able to turn this thing around. Okay, it looks like our miners are bored, which means they ran out of things to do here. So you can see, as I mentioned, I dug, leaving some stairs here. And I also put down the storage unit down here so that when they were digging, it was very easy to bring the materials right in there. Let's go ahead and set up some more dig space to get them back to work. There you go. That'll bring them over here to get started again. So what I may do is I may work on expanding this area a bit. Think that we could dig out some more of this area. Something like this. Let's see. There we go. So that would expand the area there. You can see I dug a little too far down, deep into here. Whoop, a little too far. I dug under the wall a little bit, but that's okay. That's deep enough underground that we're not going to run into an issue. At least in the immediate future. I am thinking about bringing the terrain level down around the walls a bit. But right now I'm just trying to get it to where it's 3 tall because I don't think anybody can climb in. Spiders certainly can. And we can build a lip around the edge. I think I mentioned that before, and you guys have certainly mentioned it. That's kind of a thing that goes all the way back to the Minecraft days. Kind of build an edge out there so things can't crawl up, such as spiders. So anyway, that's going to be a thing we do, but mostly I'm concerned about getting the wall high enough so that I don't have skeletons just kind of creeping over the wall, or the goblins. At least they'll be a little bit more safe while they work in here, hopefully. So I changed my mind a bit on how I was going to do this area in the back. I was planning on splitting this up somewhat evenly between 3 farm areas, but what I think I'm going to actually do instead is allow the path that I've started here, the 3 wide wood, to kind of continue straight back to this point. And I may do stairs up from right at the beginning of this area, kind of angle up, and do 2 structures sitting right over the top of the farms. So it's kind of an open area, but there's like kind of maybe 2 rooms right above them. Maybe that's for the storage of food or something, I'm not really sure. But I think that's going to be cool. Now, we've got this pathway, and you can see this kind of, this 3 wide block is where the pathway would come in here. So I'm going to tweak some things a little bit. Let's see. I think we actually have the game just paused because of a spider, silly spiders. But I don't want to really deal with that just yet. Let's go ahead and change some of this up. I'll probably spin this around here. Something like this. And let's see. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing there. So anyway, I want to cancel the construction of this dirt. I think I just need to do that. Click. There we go. Something like that. And then I'm going to want to tear actually some of this other stuff out. But anyway, I think that's good. We're going to leave it at that. So we're going to let this is actually dirt that's going to get filled in here. Another thing to point out is I do have the stone kind of lining up out here. We talked about that a second ago. The walls kind of starting to build that up. But what I also want to set up is the trim for this wood path is going to be this same stone right here. So if we go construction, terrain, stone, I'm going to bring this in here. Now, what I did was I canceled all of the wood path. You can see I had the blue path laid out here. I've gone ahead and canceled that, but I think what I'll do is I'll lay down the stone that was going to be the trim for it. So something along those lines. And it was going to be 3 wide, so I'm going to stop this a little bit early because I'm not sure how I want to do it here. But you can see that I've got the 3 wood set here, so it looks like this was kind of my plan. I guess I could just go ahead and do it anyway. I think we'll stick with that. So that'd be the wood path. And then, of course, it would come around. And some of the reason I want to do this as well is because I want to see where this basement is going to go. And this is kind of cool because I could continue to dig this in this direction and go underneath the other building, so you could actually kind of cross underneath the pathway into the other side. So we could do the whole area underneath wide open if we if we really needed to dig that much. But anyway, I want to get that kind of going, get some of the stonework laid down. We have enough stone to get that started, so I figure we could get that going. We didn't need to have 2 people mining right now, so I've switched it up. Or at least I thought I did. Let's look at this. We have Pamela and Ross. Oh, it was Thomas I switched to building. So we do still have 2 people mining. I suppose that's fine. We have our 5th person. Welcome aboard again, Luke. Well, what do you know? The trader has returned. This time we switched Pamela to trading. And let's see. Let's see what he wants here. He's got no use for dirt at this time, unfortunately. He's got all of the dirt he could possibly want. But let's go ahead and speed time up here, see if that makes his decision making any faster. I had gone in and switched a couple more things on to see if he'd be interested. Let's see, he's willing to sell food for 11 coin. That would be almost all of our money. 70's not that big a deal. I'm going to go ahead and decline that. Although, what else would I be buying? Nah. Let's decline that, because maybe he'll have something interesting, something new that we do want to buy, and I'd hate to just have 2 coins left. Food we are doing okay on, so what else you got for us, buddy? Show us something good here, something really good. You have to have something. What? That's it? No. Gotta have something, man. Come on. You got something good there. What do you got? What do you got? I see tools. I see a shield at least. You got a pick on there? Some kind of barrel of something? Come on, man. No? You got nothing for us? Alright. Well, we're going to follow Pamela back. She's going to get back here, get to mining. Oh, we got another spider roaming through. Hold on a second. Let's pause this. Now, Ross already dealt with 1 spider. Didn't seem to have an issue with it, so let's go ahead and switch him to infantry. Although what I noticed was that he didn't pull out his club. He did have a club, but he just punched the spider twice. And I was like, get your club out. Oh, and now it's spotted, so it paused. Let's go ahead and start it up again. Use your club, buddy, not your hands. Use your club. It did only take... See, now he pulls a club out. Oh, come on, man. You probably could have killed him with 1 shot with the club. Set the resources together there. I think I have Luke running around right now. Foraging. Yes, Luke is foraging now. I had him on farming, but there was 2 of them farming, and they were pretty small, so I thought I would get him running around gathering things up. Let's see. I think we can speed this back up. Ross going out here dropping off supplies. We do have the masonry pile here, and they've been using that, but he does seem to be walking over there. I'm not entirely sure why he's going all the way over there. It happened last time that he fought too, though, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. We could sit here and watch him watch him while he works to see if he eventually brings the materials back to this guy instead, with it being that so close. But anyway, who knows? Pamela's already wandered off. It's starting to get a little later, so she's probably gone to sleep. I don't know how long we'll have him here. Ross may need to get some sleep as well. So Anyway, we'll let him dig away and see what everybody else is up to. Alright, well I think Pamela thought she was going to rest, but I've switched her to tailoring because she's actually the only level 2 tailor. Everybody else is level 1. And I need to get some twine made. Now we had a lot of flax, so that is definitely going to be easy for us to do. I've got queued up 10 twine. And once we get the twine going, then we can make a fishing rod. So I figured that that's something that I would have maybe Luke get started on. Just because it sounds like that's a good idea from what I had seen before. People mentioned, and I think I read it somewhere on Reddit. I read it on Reddit. That's one of the first things some people do is get to fishing. So I'm probably, in their eyes, way behind in that regard. But we're going to get a fishing pole going. We've been heavily distracted by a number of other things, but I think we're in a place right now where that's something that we can do. So once we get that going, she's got some twine going there. Actually, let me jump in here really quick. Hand tools and fishing rod. So we're going to need a carpenter for that guy once the twine's ready. I think we only need one. And the carpenter we've got is Ross, so let's switch him. So we're basically shutting down the mining at this point. Let's see, where is Ross? Let's jump back here. I know I was just on him. There we go. Okay. So he's all the way back up here. We're going to go ahead and speed up time. Hopefully he can get us a fishing rod made. Where is he going to do that? He's gathering materials and he's going to have to come down here to make it. That's cool. Once we get that going, that'll be pretty cool because I haven't really done much with fishing. In another one of my saves, I had somebody going out and doing that a little bit, but I didn't really pay attention to what it did for food. Let's be honest, I'm probably not going to track and see what it does for food for us here in this regard, but you guys can definitely let me know in the comments if you know. Every time they go fish and bring something back, I assume that translates right to food. I don't think we have fish, right? It's not like a raw material. We just have food. So anyway, who knows? Maybe what I'll do is once Luke gets out there and gets to fishing, we'll kind of see where he's at. Luke, let's switch you to be a fisherman, even though you're not going to be as good as some of the others. Pamela is just about done with twine. There she goes. So switch her back to mining. Let's go ahead and switch Ross back to mining. And I think that means everybody else is where they should be. So there we go. We've got him walking out here. I know that it's probably a little bit dark. A little bit dark for you guys. It's not so bad for me, but like I said, once it gets on YouTube, it seems to be a bit darker. So anyway, there we go. We've got him, Luke, out here fishing away, hopefully bringing us in a whole lot of food. Well, we're watching Ross here a bit, or Luke rather. Sorry, Luke. We're watching Luke fish here, and I saw that he kind of reeled one in. Oh, interesting. So it varies. He brought one in, reeled one in, and it was one food. So I thought, okay, 1 to 1. But he just pulled in a second, and it now shows 3. So that was pretty cool. And you know what? I wonder how much that has to do with the leveling as well. Maybe the range increases as they level up. That's probably a thing. Sounds like it would be a thing. So maybe once he gets leveled up in this, he starts pulling in 3 to 4 every time or something like that. That would definitely be very cool. I can definitely then see the benefit because he can just bring this stuff in. The harvesting takes a little bit longer. I'm sure it's a good chunk of food. I've never paid attention, but it obviously takes a while. So you could get more regular bits of food if you sat out here fishing all the time. But anyway, I think we're going to leave it at that. Luke is probably going to fish through much of the night, hopefully staying safe. Hopefully he doesn't get attacked. But I've gone around and looked for any goblins or skeletons or anything, and it seems like we did a pretty good job clearing those guys up. So I'm sure they'll be back, but right now everything seems to be nice and calm, although I probably should be knocking on wood when I say that. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.